some people don't appreciate we went all the way down to 12 viewers. I don't know if that's because so sometimes whenever I check my other apps, the viewers go down. But also maybe it's because I achieved my goal. All the haters are upset. That actually used to happen on TikTok sometimes. You know, I reach my goal, and then now everybody, fun's over. He got what he was begging for. But yeah. So does anybody have any mistakes that they want to share that they learned from, or perhaps you can share some lessons you've learned? It's on my mistakes. So many people love to come in here and try to name and it's not just that they try to point out my mistakes. They lie about it. They can't just point out a mistake I made. They can't just call me a beggar, right? That's a fact. But then it's another thing to come up here and spam over and over in the chat that I'm a scammer, that I'm a liar. You know? I come up here, I tell the truth about my life. I tell you guys how it is. You know what? One of my hippie friends actually told me. One of my hippie friends actually told me that it's very brave of me, you know, to share my life like this, you know. And you know what? That's what I need to remind myself more. It's actually very brave of me. It's actually very, it's a big deal. You know, it's like you can't just go to anybody you know and go to the YouTube channel and see hours of their life, of their daily life, almost every day uploaded online for you to observe and learn from and be entertained by. You know, and at the end of the day, I've said this many times, I do not ambition just to be a beggar. I want to move beyond this, but I've been struggling for such a long while right now, and I haven't gotten out of it. You know, but like I said, I've said this many times, even if I was just a beggar for the rest of my life, I would still feel justified in that. The fact that I'm giving you guys this content, you know, I don't care how many people think that it's not content. It is. If you're watching me, you're literally being entertained by my content. Okay? Simple, straightforward. There's no arguments there. You can try to argue it, but you'd be wrong, no matter what you say. Hey, I'm sorry, nature's one of a kind. I pushed the wrong button. I didn't mean to delete your comments. Sorry about that. She was saying, you people sit on TikTok and draw your name in sand for gifts and money, yet make thousands, yet this guy only made $100 or less, yet he's some huge scammer. Thank you, Marina. Thank you. You know, and that was the big thing when I was on TikTok. You know, and eventually TikTok, and I really believe it's because they make their money. You know, that they wanted to use me as an example, and try to discourage people from just asking for money and instead ask for those gifts so they can get their cut. Because they knew I was the face of the e-beggar movement. And I always went on TikTok, I would always say, you know, all these other creators that try to ask you for gifts for all this bullshit, all these battles, like the battles actually mean something. You know, I'm just keeping it real. Hey, thank you, Catiopia. God bless you. I appreciate that. Now I'm gonna feel like I'm less funny. I'm gonna be trying to make myself as good as whoever it is that you really like, this great comedian. But I appreciate it because that's what I try to tell people. I'm like, look, I come up here, you know, I ask for money, but I'm also, you know, talking to my viewers, interacting with my viewers. I'm trying to make jokes. And at the end of the day, you know, you know, they say a lot of bullshit jobs in the United States these days, right? There's so many jobs that are unnecessary. It's just to fill a position in the company, just to have more stuff going on paper or whatever. You know, just to have more people working, to help another person get rich. You know, but you know, you can criticize me live streaming and say, oh, it's bullshit. You're not doing nothing. You're not providing anything to society. You tell me this: somebody working at McDonald's is literally helping rich people poison you and exploit the fact that you're poor and that you're used to thinking McDonald's is cheap, but now it's as expensive as anywhere else. You know, the fast food is fake food that gives you cancer and kills you. So you got to think about it like this. Yeah, you may think me live streaming isn't providing anything to society, but at least I'm not part of an operation that's currently killing society. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who works in McDonald's, they're part of a machine that's poisoning us. You know, but we pat them on the back and say congratulations for being a working class citizen. You know, but me, you know, I just come up here, and the thing is, at the end of the day, I entertain people, and it takes a lot of energy. You know, there was times, you know, especially when I wasn't walking, especially in the winter. You know, when sometimes I would do a live stream and just sit there and just stare at the screen. And yes, I would still get viewers, but at the end of the day, people were not as entertained. They would be like, say something, come on, entertain us. You know, and that's the thing. You know, I do put some effort into entertaining my viewers, and people are entertained by it. Hey, thank you, D. God bless you. So I asked people to tell about mistakes. Amen, Marina. Amen. We said, check out Ducks Eat for Free at Subway. Gets me every time. Okay, I'm going to look that up, Catiopia. I will look that up. The rich get rich and the poor get poor. Exactly. You know, the thing is, You know, here's a couple statistics for you, right? Did you know that medieval peasants literally only worked half of the days of the year? They literally only worked half of the year. Not like only one half, like the first half of the year. Like, no, they had so many festivals, so many like celebrations and day rest, because the lords and the rulers at the time knew that the more festivals and events and celebrations they had and days off of work, the more happy they would be and the more subservient they would be. But now, who needs to take half the year off for festivals and celebrations when you can go home to your home entertainment system, you know, with your nice movies, your video games, or whatever you do in your house, where you feel like you got it made. Meanwhile, you're slaving twice as hard, probably working twice as hard as a medieval peasant. Here's another crazy one for you. In the 1960s in the United States, from the comparing an average 1960s worker in the United States to now, you make about like 3 or 4 times less than them in what you actually have in purchasing power. Okay? And you're working like 8 times more than that. I think it might have been the other way around, but you're working more than them, and your fucking point is you're working a lot more than them, and you fucking sorry, it's been a long day, and I'm just ready to end the streaming, but I'm giving you guys some more time with me at this moment. But my brain's all jumbled up. You're working more than them. You're actually getting paid less. You're actually getting paid less. The production. You know. We work 8 times more than the rich. Well, the house is 1.4 million. The rent is $2K for a bed, and rich have nothing to worry about. Yeah. And the thing is that the most important thing about socialism is that your workplace, unless you are a very select small percentage of people who work in a cooperative or something in the United States, not too many of those around, but even if you have a cooperative in a capitalist society, it always gets affected by capitalism, by the broader socioeconomic structure that it's in. So the thing about socialism is that more than likely, almost 99% of you, any of you who work, probably 100% of any of you who work, your workplace is an autocracy, a tyranny, an autocratic environment where the CEO determines everything and you have no democratic power within that. You don't own your workplace. You don't have any say with whatever products you make in your workplace. It all belongs to the person who most of the time was born rich, inherited their wealth from the family, and was born, won the birth lottery, and so now has the ability to be the autocrat where everybody else is a subservient workers. We need democracy in the workplace. We need democracy in the workplace, and then once we get more democracy in the workplace, the workers become more class conscious. Then we need to have a working class democracy. Right now in the United States, democracy is only for the rich. Yeah, the United States does have democracy. If you're rich, if you're a billionaire, you can actually vote with your money and get politicians to do what you want them to do. It's actually a proven statistic, a proven correlative data that shows that the working class, the majority of people, the working class in the United States, whether they support or are against a law, has almost a 0% chance of affecting its outcome. Out of all the laws passed in the time period of the year's study, about 30% of the time that the working class people, the majority of people in society, wanted something to pass, then it passed. About 30% of the time when they didn't want it to pass, that it passed. It was the same whether they did it, whether they cared or not. But for the corporations, for the corporate class, if they're against it, then there is a chance that it could still pass. But if they're for it, then it's almost 100% gonna pass. And that's just raw data statistics. You know, we literally have no effect on this democracy that they lied to us and tell us that we're part of. Voting for one figurehead over the other when they both are from the same class of people who continue the agenda of the capitalists to continue to oppress the workers. Doesn't matter if they're Democrat, Republican, liberal, or conservative. They're all the capitalist class. And, you know, I was watching the Deprogram podcast last night, and one of the good points that they reminded me of to be able to tell people was that the ones that are really good at propaganda and brainwashing you are the ones that confuse you into not understanding who the establishment is, who the elite are, who are those people. You know, people like Tucker Carlson. You know, there's a great Deprogram podcast episode on Tucker Carlson. This guy convinces regular working class people, he's in like the millionaire class, being paid by the billionaire class to tell the working class that if they work hard, then they'll maybe be like the billionaire. You know? And you never become a billionaire from working. Never. You become a billionaire from doing evil things, exploiting the wealth of the workers.